A man was driving down the road, when out of nowhere, a lace thong appeared right in front of his eyes. He thought he was seeing things, so he rubbed his eyes hard, but the image only became clearer. At that exact moment, thousands of miles away in England, a girl named Becca heard the roar of a car engine. She instinctively looked up and saw a car barreling straight toward her. Terrified, Becca bolted out of the lingerie shop. She ducked into a phone booth, frantically wondering who this man in her head was. Dylan, driving through the Mexican desert, quickly pulled over to the side of the road and tried to communicate with the woman on the other end. After chatting for a bit, they both started to calm down. That's when they realized they could not only share each other's sight, hearing, and touch, but could also control the connection between them at will. The truth was, this wasn't the first time this had happened. Back when Dylan was still in elementary school, he and Becca had their first connection. Becca was practicing skiing at the time, when she accidentally crashed into a tree. Dylan collapsed to the ground at the same moment. The girl was knocked unconscious from hitting the tree. Two complete strangers literally felt each other's pain. Not wanting to interrupt each other's day, they agreed to talk again that night. Unlike the straight-A student he once was, grown-up Dylan had taken the fall for a friend out of loyalty, which landed him on parole. Now broke and living in an abandoned trailer, surviving on fast food and cheap beer, with a parole officer constantly breathing down his neck, warning him that one more slip-up, and he'd lose even his lousy car wash job. Becca's life, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. After college, desperate to escape her toxic family, she rushed into marriage with a wealthy man and never had to worry about money. But the price was attending endless parties, putting up with sleazy old professors undressing her with their eyes, while her husband looked the other way, because he needed Becca's beauty to climb the social ladder. Their seemingly happy marriage was nothing more than a transaction. That night, Dylan and Becca connected again. Years of confusion finally started to make sense. Just a few days earlier, Becca had suddenly felt a sharp blow to her shoulder at a party. She thought she'd seen a ghost, but in reality, Dylan had been drinking at a bar, when some lunatic cracked him with a baseball bat. Their sudden connection had caused the mix-up, and the very first time it happened was 20 years ago. Dylan still vividly remembered that searing pain. Becca said she ended up getting 12 stitches at the hospital, despite their vastly different lives. With the help of this mysterious ability, they quickly became the closest of friends, sharing everything with each other.